emotional. I had to let her bang. It was hard, so I couldn't change clothes. And now I ain't know where to go. Now she ain't raised no hoe. We different cause we from the phone. And now we ain't putting on no show and running around with hoes. The world kinda different, niggas making money off on. And they glorifying that they snitching. Now you married when you come on missing. And hanging around with you was a bad decision. That shit a bad decision. You gotta pay attention. That shit be hard to listen. All the voices in my head, I'm hearing two things. Inside the bitch, different when she had the moose swings. I see my auntie tryna bring my cousin back alive. She was pumping on the chain, going up and down. Breathe, she ain't coming live. See me, I'm hiding in the skies. I'm trying to take the pain away, so I'm just getting high. I'm popping Percocets, I feel like I'm just getting by. I see my nigga chain, fuck on, he ain't one of mine. They fill me up with lies, sometimes I wonder why. Why I can't let the pain go, it's trying to kill my mind. You know I feel emotionless, no I ain't emotional. I had to let her bang, it was hard, so I couldn't change clothes. And now I ain't know where to go, now she ain't raised no hoe. We different cause we from the phone. And now we ain't putting on no show and running around with hoes. The world kinda different, niggas making money off on. And they glorifying that they snitching. Now you married when you come on missing. And hanging around with you was a bad decision. And that's in my opinion. These niggas be tweaking, yeah, like game, the rest of my suspicion. These niggas be tweaking, yeah, like game, must be a new edition. Ain't get no coochie, saw you pillow talking about my business. How you give her a roofie, that's like trying to fuck without permission. Oh, you a goofy, huh? You put the strap down for some pussy, you the groupie one. I got a car, a real spooky one. My brother dad lost the fight to cancer, now he 2-1. Wishing I can bring him back to life, he done been through enough. Sick and cell all in his blood, that's the shit I don't discuss. Trying to run these millions up, still on that yellow bus, still got this double cup. Bad decisions fuck me up, I don't know who to trust. You know I feel emotionless, no I ain't emotional. I had to let her bang, it was hard, so I couldn't change clothes. And now I ain't know where to go, now she ain't raised no hoe. We different cause we from the phone. And now we ain't putting on no show and running around with hoes. The world kinda different, niggas making money off on. And they glorifying that they snitching. Now you married when you come on missing. And hanging around with you was a bad decision.
And we're live. I am HPJ Dub. No, I don't have any co-hosts with me today. This is Hot Sports episode 1. And today we're going to start off with bad decisions. Of course, as the song said, we had a lot of bad decisions this week. We're going to start off with football first. And we're going to start off with TCU versus Michigan. Now, the whole world was watching these games. The whole world was watching these games this weekend. And it's a lot of different opinions. There's a lot of different emotions going on right now between two teams. Really 4 teams. We're going to get into Georgia and Ohio State a little later. But right now we're going to start off with TCU and Michigan. And great game. It was a great game. I felt like Michigan dropped the ball. They dropped the ball because when you start off with a 55-yard run to Donovan Edwards and don't score on that drive, it's already a bad day. It's already a bad day. And what I mean by bad decisions was you got Donovan Edwards start off with a 55-yard run. You get down to the 2-yard line, the 3-yard line, and instead of kicking the field goal because they had a good goal line stop, you decide to go for the fourth down. Mind you, it's 0-0. The game just started. This is to get to the national championship. You get a goal line stop. But hold on, let me pause first. Let me pause. Everybody, please, this is called Hot Sports. Y'all please wake up this morning, roll y'all a good one, and get in with me. But TCU had a good goal line stop. Michigan decides to go for it on 4th down. No problem. You got a 100-yard rusher in the backfield. No problem with going for it on 4th down. But this is what I mean by bad decisions. If I'm Jim Harbaugh, why am I doing a reverse in the playoffs? This is not high school. This is not elementary school. This is not rec ball. You are not playing for the Michigan Wolverines at the rec yard. You are not doing that. Why am I going for it on 4th down, and instead, you know what? There's no problem going for it on 4th down. But why am I not using the 100-yard rusher that I got in the backfield? Why am I doing kitty reverses? That's going to push me back 3-4 yards. That's the question I got for Jim Harbaugh and Michigan Wolverines today. The question was, that I heard earlier, which one hurts worse? Ohio State and Georgia, or Michigan and TCU? Now, what type of question is that? Everybody's seen what Ohio State and Georgia game look like. Ohio State played their butts off. Like Kirby Smart said earlier, and I quote, they probably deserve to win. But for people to sit here and say, oh, Michigan had it in the bag. No, Michigan did not have it in the bag. TCU came ready to play, and Michigan came with bad decisions. Michigan came trying to prove a point. What point are you proving, Jim Harbaugh? What point are you proving? Honestly, what point are you proving? Now, Michigan had a good comeback because first quarter, they're down 14-0. I blame Jim Harbaugh. Second quarter, they get on the board with 2 field goals. Third quarter, they start to score. But the one thing everybody got to give it to TCU is Michigan scoring did not scare TCU one bit. Max Duggan and Quentin, which possibly going to be the first receiver off the board, they put on their pads. They strapped up like grown men, just like y'all strapped up like grown men. That team over there got a first year. They coach, this is not his first year, but this is his first year with TCU. They had no business. People didn't even want them in the playoffs. Why not use the 100-back rusher, go up 7-0, and put pressure on them? Somebody tell me. Because I'm just not understanding. I'm not understanding. Like I said, J.J. McCarthy played his butt off. He had a couple turnovers. He had a couple bad turnovers, too, at the worst times. But he'll be back next year. They talking about little Jimmy going to the NFL. Jimmy don't deserve to be in the NFL. Jimmy ain't won in college because he beat Ohio State. People don't talk about this enough. Ohio State did not look good this whole year. Their best game was against Georgia this weekend. People don't talk about that, though. They don't want to bring that up. They don't want to bring up how they were playing unranked teams and losing at halftime. They don't want to bring that part up. Or got 7 points at halftime. Now, give it to you. Ohio State played like they deserve to be there this weekend. Michigan played like they deserve to be there sometimes this weekend. Their coach didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there. You got a 100-yard rusher in the backfield. Your offensive line probably all going to the NFL eventually. Why am I running a kitty reverse at the 1-yard line? That makes no sense to me. 0 sense to me. That makes 0 sense to me. You got a dual threat quarterback in the backfield who can also run. Runs great. Might be his best attribute is his legs. He's young. TCU didn't just come out the woodworks and be good. You're not playing Tennessee State. Bad decisions lost Michigan this game, and people don't want to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. Bad decisions lost Michigan this game, and people don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. Bad decisions lost Michigan this game, and people don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. Bad decisions from the coach, bad decisions from quarterback play. And I'm not going to blame J.J. McCarthy, but he made some bad decisions. I got to give my props to TCU. They came down here and played. They came down here and showed that they was not underdogs. And this 13-point underdog that they got them against Georgia, I don't know. Because Georgia, we're going to get into Georgia a little more, but Georgia did not look good trying to stop C.J. Stroud from scrambling. And that opened up the passing lanes all day long. Mind you, Marvin Harrison didn't get knocked out of that game. I don't know what Georgia will be in. If Marvin Harrison didn't get knocked out of that game, I don't know what Georgia will be in. Happy New Year's to everybody. I forgot to start it off with. Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope 2023 brings blessings to everybody. This is the first episode of Hot Sports. So, again, everybody, wake up this morning, roll you a good one, and come and join me. Max Duggan played his butt off. I think he was runner-up in the Heisman. Well deserved. Well deserved. Well deserved. I got Alabama fans in my ear. Oh, TCU lost to Kansas State. Oh, TCU lost to Kansas State. We should have been in there. We should have been in there. We should have been in there. TCU beat Kansas State early this week, too. Nobody say how they lost in double overtime. In overtime. Nobody brings that part up. Nobody brings up how they had a whole undefeated season. They tied. These kids are tied. I don't even want to say kids. Some of them making millions of dollars now. These dudes are tied. They needed a rest. And they got that rest. You see, they dropped 40. No, they dropped 51 on Michigan. 51 on Michigan. Everybody was raving about that Michigan defense. Oh, they stopped Ohio State high-power offense. Ohio State didn't play nobody the whole year. Their best game was against Georgia. Georgia's worst game was against Ohio State. I ain't going to say their worst game because they played bad against Missouri and they played bad against K-State. But nobody expected Georgia to come out flat like that. Nobody expected Georgia to come out flat like that. I know I didn't. I was predicting a blowout. Congratulations to the TCU Horned Frogs. Because y'all deserve it. I don't care what no Alabama fans say. I don't care what no Michigan fans say. And I don't care what no Ohio State fans say. Y'all deserve it. That was well deserved. Y'all came out there and played hard. Let me see. I do got a Heisman watch to watch out for next year. Just in that game, I got two of them. I got Max Duggan. Even though I don't know how old Max Duggan is. I don't know. I don't think this is last year. I know he got benched early this year, so I'm guessing that he's gonna come back. But J.J. McCarthy is a Heisman watch for next year. He's for sure a Heisman watch for next year. He might be a lock. He might be a lock. Because, boy, everyone for some of his plays, TCU will probably beat him 50 to 13. Because Jimmy, Jimmy Harbaugh was digging him up a little big grave hole. He was just digging it and digging it and digging it. And JJ was just like, put the dirt back on it, put the dirt back on it, put the dirt back on it. Jimmy thinking NFL. Jimmy over there trying to decide if he gonna stay or not during the game. During the game. Jimmy trying to decide if he gonna stay or not. Jimmy is trying to decide if he gonna stay or not during the game. That game is in exactly 8 days, 9 days, 8 days. TCU is not gonna be an easy out. The odds makers got this all wrong. All wrong. Let's go to Georgia and Ohio State. CJ Stroud has made himself some money. CJ Stroud has made himself and his whole family rich. Because that performance there was greatness. That performance there shows y'all why he was number one in the Heisman until Caleb Williams and them boys showed something different. Even though I was telling people if USC get in that playoffs, Georgia was gonna beat them by 50. They too small. They ain't playing nobody like the SEC. They ain't ready for the SEC. I don't know why they leaving the Pac-12. Lincoln Riley a good coach. But is he that coach? Because he ain't won nothing either. See, people are starting to compare mediocre to greatness. People are starting to compare getting there to winning it. I ain't never in my life heard coming in second place or third place or fourth place, you were winners. Lincoln Riley a great coach, but he ain't won nothing. He ain't won nothing. The Big 12 ain't had nothing since years. Since Vince Young. The Pac-12 ain't had nothing since Marcus Mariota. And barely had some then. But we try to compare greatness to you can't compare that. You cannot compare that. Them two things don't even add up. Them two things don't even add up. CJ Stroud, 23 for 34, 44 yards, 4 TDs, no interceptions. Great game. Great game. Almost drove him down the field in the last 50 seconds, 40 seconds to win it. Great game. Can't take nothing away from him. Torching Georgia defense. Him and Marvin Harrison was torching Georgia defense. Torching it. Stetson Bennett. People talk about Stetson Bennett. The game didn't look good at all. I don't know if Stetson, to me, when Stetson play these top quarterbacks, these 5-stars, these quarterbacks that's going to the league, these quarterbacks going first round, he tries to prove a point. He did it last year against Alabama. He tries to go tick for tack. And don't get me wrong, Stetson, I'm not a Stetson head. I'm not one of them. I believe Stetson should go 4th round. I do think he'll be a backup. Stetson reminds me a lot of Baker Mayfield. Somebody who got told no to a lot, who had to prove their way, who had to prove to people that they belong. I think Stetson should go 4th round. 4th round. I think Stinson should go before Will Levis, that everybody keep raving about. Will Levis. We'll see. Kentucky didn't have the best offensive line, so I can't really blame him for this year. He banged up a lot, but we'll see. I think Stinson should go before Will Levis, and that's just my opinion. Stinson did not look good at all, but people was talking, oh, Stinson bad game. Check the numbers. Everybody want to check the numbers. Stinson Bennett, 23 for 34, 398, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 rushing touchdown. Stinson Bennett, 23 for 34, 398, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 rushing touchdown. Nia just said he like to go tit for tat with these 5 stars, but he went tit for tat with C.J. Stroud. People don't like to talk about that. This kid that nobody gave a chance to, this kid that had to walk on, this kid that had to leave and come back. This kid that won the national championship last year. And nobody still don't want to talk about that. Unbelievable. This kid that had to come back. This kid had to come back not once, but twice. Down 21-17 in the second quarter. Ohio State blanked them out in the third quarter. They scored 10, Georgia scored 0. Stinson Bennett once again put on his big boy pants and showed them why we was national champions last year. Now I know First Take and Undisputed and all these other sports channels ain't gonna talk about it. But let's talk about it. Stinson Bennett showed the last 2 years he deserves to be there. And he deserves to be drafted. Let him win it this year. What they gonna say about it this year? He still gonna go undrafted? Size still matter. Half of the quarterbacks in the league is small now. Size don't matter. That stuff don't matter no more. If we being honest, you legit only got one quarterback that's good QB size that's playing good, and that's Justin Herbert for the Chargers. Every other quarterback are small and they're Joe Burrow. They had a power on Joe Burrow coming out. Look at him, greatness. You didn't even hear about Patrick Mahomes coming out. Nobody seen that coming. Because nobody watched Texas Tech playing football. Sad to say. Nobody watched Texas Tech playing football. Bryce Young, they say he's 6 feet. Look more like 5'10", 5'11" to me. Look more like $170 to me. They got him at 190. Look more like $170 to me. They got him going first round. First pick of the draft. I done seen Stinson go neck for neck with him too. They don't want to talk about that though. Don't nobody want to talk about that though. We're not going to bring up none of that though. We're not going to bring up how Georgia had to come back twice down by 14. To an Ohio State team that was locked in, barely missing. If it weren't for Marvin Harrison going out that game, I don't think Georgia would be there. That's just my honest opinion. If it wasn't for Marvin Harrison going out that game, I don't think Georgia would be there. Because I don't think Georgia could stop them two. C.J. Stroud and Marvin Harrison was having A field day out there. A whole field day out there. Congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs for getting it done. Congratulations to the TCU Horned Frogs for getting it done. I hope both teams have a safe flight to LA. I hope both teams give us a show when the game come on. I hope they give us a show. Because them playoff games was a show. People didn't even want some of them teams in. Oh, Georgia going to run the table. Ohio State don't deserve to be there. Alabama lost twice. Twice. To one team that Georgia beat easily. They really could have beat them with their eyes closed. South Carolina blew them out. South Carolina blew Tennessee out. Alabama couldn't get it done. They blew them out. Alabama couldn't get it done. LSU beat them. Yes, all this was in the last seconds. Yes, all this was down by 4 points, 1 point. What did we do? Georgia put up 50. Georgia put up 50 against LSU. Alabama did not deserve to be there. K-State had a bad game. K-State was playing 2 quarterbacks. Nobody talk about that. Nobody talk about how K-State was playing 2 quarterbacks. In the bowl game, Kansas State can't even choose who they want their quarterback. Kansas State can't choose who they want their quarterback to be in the bowl game. But we are raving about how Alabama Alabama should have been there. Kansas State beat TCU. Alabama didn't look good in the first quarter. Deuce Vaughn had 100 rushing yards in the first quarter. They just couldn't keep the momentum because they're a bad team. They are a bad team. Alabama had a point to prove. Oh my God, Alabama had a point to prove. What point are you proving? What point are you proving? And people don't talk about this enough. Who will be your quarterback next year, Alabama? Because that second string is not it. He's not it. I see him throwing the ball to the ground. Now, he's fast. He can use his legs. But he can't put that ball in the air. Not think y'all going to win no national championship. Y'all not going to win no national championship with him putting that ball in the air. Again, congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs and TCU Horned Frogs. They both deserve to be there. They both played their butts off. We got 2 good college games tonight. We got USC and Tulane, number 16 versus number 10. We're going to see what that Heisman Trophy winner do. Even though I know he's going to put up big numbers. Again, because they ain't playing nobody. I mean, Tulane a good team, but they ain't nobody. We got LSU versus Purdue. Who I'm actually calling an upset. Purdue gonna beat LSU. Purdue gonna beat LSU. Purdue is gonna beat LSU. And I like Jaden McDaniel. Not Jaden McDaniel. I'm just gonna call him Jaden because I don't even know his last name. But I'm not a big fan of Brian Kelly. I'm not a big fan of Brian Kelly at all. Because I believe that he's somebody who tries to prove a point too. I don't know what's up with these college coaches, these college players trying to prove points. Just win. Just win. That's gonna prove the point. Just win. Just win. We had a big week of football today. We had the college playoffs, and we had the NFL, and we had a lot of teams fighting for a playoff spot. A lot of teams fighting for a playoff spot. Sad to say, I know a lot of people lost a lot of money this week going with Kirk Cousins. I know a lot of people lost a lot of money this week going with Kirk Cousins. Y'all probably went for over 7 receptions for Justin Jefferson. Oh, Green Bay lucky. They getting lucky. They ain't going to beat Minnesota. Oh, Green Bay don't get in. Oh, Aaron Rodgers just cocky. He don't know what he really doing. He not really like that. Aaron Rodgers not really like that. That's what y'all say. What I say is, you don't want Aaron Rodgers or Brady in that playoffs. You don't want Aaron Rodgers or Brady in that playoffs. The Eagles look great. The Eagles looking great right now. Yes, they lost yesterday. They lost with Gardner Minshew. Even though Gardner Minshew did have that bad of a game, he had some bad turnovers. That's what lost him that game. But people don't know that the Eagles don't want to see Aaron Rodgers or Brady in that playoffs at all. At all. They don't want to see Aaron Rodgers or Brady in that playoffs at all. You see that defense from Green Bay? Did anybody see that defense from Green Bay? Did anybody see Jair Alexander lock Justin Jefferson completely down? 1 catch for 15 yards? He was just raving about why the QBs get the MVPs. And I love Justin Jefferson. I always put my money on him. I lost money. I lost money. How I know y'all lost money? Because I lost money. I don't know how many interceptions Kirk Cousins threw. He looked like straight trash. He wasn't Kirky old Cousins that night or yesterday at 4 o'clock. He definitely wasn't Kirky old. He definitely wasn't put on the chains. He wasn't doing none of that. None of that. Looked like he was from Idaho somewhere. Playing like he was from Idaho somewhere. He might be from Idaho. I don't know where he's from. He's playing like he's from Idaho, though. He was scared. You want to know why he was scared? Because people don't want to see Brady or Aaron Rodgers when they got a point to prove or when they got to win. Let's talk about it. People don't want to see Aaron Rodgers when they got to win or Tom Brady when he got to win or got a point to prove. I've been telling people for the last 5 weeks, a lot of people going to be on that Man Up Arena. A lot of these Sports Center people, a lot of these First Take people, a lot of these, they're going to be on that Man Up Arena if Brady makes it to that Super Bowl and win it. You're going to get your fame that you wanted. You're going to get that fame that you wanted so bad. So bad. You wanted the fame, you're going to get the fame. Because you're going to be on that Man Up Arena. If Brady win that Super Bowl. Because everybody just count him out. Bucks versus the Panthers. Winner got first place in the division. Tampa Bay win, they clinch the division. What Brady go out there and do? Brady goes out there, throws for over 400 yards. versus Panthers. Brady got to win to clinch the playoffs. Panthers got to win to get first place in the division. I just told you I don't know team want to see them two teams when they got to win. They don't want to see them two quarterbacks when they got to win. Mike Evans and Tom Brady, their connections are 3 TDs for 30-plus yards each throw. Look like the connection working out. Look like they got a whole lot of teams shivering in their boots now. Look like they got a whole lot of teams shivering in their boots now. Brady goes out there and throws for 400 yards. No interceptions. 3 TDs. 400 yards, no interceptions, 3 TDs. But we ready to wrap it up. We ready to wrap this one up. We ready to get Brady up out of there. He 45, he don't belong there. Ryan Clark said, sit him in the house. He ain't ready. Pivot Podcast, Shannon Crowder. Sit him down. He done. He don't want to be there. $400 yards. He threw it in their face. 400 yards. Because when they need to win, Brady's going to get it done. When they need to win, Brady's going to get it done. Mind you, last time Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl, he was in the wild card. Let's talk about it. Last time Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl, he was in the wild card. People laugh last year. We like, relax. He didn't say nothing this year. He was relaxed. He was telling y'all what he was doing to relax. Everybody mad at him. Oh, you promoting this? Oh, you promoting that? Don't do it. But it's working for him. It's working for him. We quit to count people out. We quit to look at these ages and these dudes been playing this sport since they were kids. Kids. You don't just forget how to play this sport. Don't nobody just forget how to play. Now your talent might drop a little bit. Your athleticism might drop a little bit. But you don't forget how to play this sport. Brady never used his legs. Never. Yes, the league changing. But you got to beat him. You got to beat that man for him to walk away. Not in the regular season. And yes, I know if he won in the NFC South, he wouldn't be, that team wasn't making no playoffs, but he in the NFC South. Because everybody act like all them years that the Cowboys were in the NFC East is they good now. The Cowboys wouldn't make the playoffs all them times they won in the NFC East. That got one playoff win, we ready to count him a Super Bowl champion. It's crazy. Crazy. Knowing they're going to lose in the first round. We know they're going to lose in the first round. We all know the Cowboys going to lose in the first round of the playoffs. They praying they don't see Brady. They praying they don't see Tampa Bay. They praying they don't see Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, they look kryptonite. Aaron Rodgers get them every time. Aaron Rodgers get Brady. Get the Cowboys every time. That's the first thing Skip gonna go in there and say. I bet you. He gonna go on Undisputed in the morning. And he gonna talk about how the Eagles lost. The Cowboys got a chance to get first place, knowing they ain't gonna get it, because they gonna mess around, fuck around, screw it all off. He gonna talk about how Aaron Rodgers won, how the Cowboys don't want to see it. Speaking of Undisputed, happy belated birthday to LeBron James. He had a good game on his birthday too. There's been a viral video going around where everybody talking about how he playing the game on New Year's and how he a billionaire, he still can't play the game. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Y'all know LeBron do whatever you want to do. He 38. Dropping 30 on these young boys out there, man. 38 dropping 30 on these young boys out there. 39, whatever. Dropping 30 on them young boys out there. He can do whatever he want to do. He do absolutely whatever he wants to do. Unlike the Cowboys. The Cowboys think they got that star on their head that they can do absolutely anything they want to do. They will lose. They will lose, and there will be a whole lot of Cowboys fans out there mad come first round at playoffs. Because I'm telling y'all, if they see Aaron Rodgers or Tampa Bay first, they are out the playoffs. Dak Prescott is good, he is not elite. Again, Dak Prescott is good, he is not elite. There's a difference between being good and elite. There's a difference between being good and elite. He comes out and throws. He giving you 2 picks a game. He's giving you 2 picks a game. Give it to him in the playoffs and see where your team be at. Give him 2 picks in the game in the playoffs and see where your team be at. Again, another numbers guy. His numbers look crazy. So people want to act like, oh, Dak just ready. Oh, Dak just this. Oh, Dak just that. He's giving you 2 picks. He's giving you 2 picks in the playoffs. And they will be at home. The Eagles was without Jalen Hurts. Let's get into this MVP talk. Patrick Mahomes is playing great. Patrick Mahomes is playing without Tyreek Hill. He's also playing with an all-pro tight end, Travis Kelce. He's also playing with a Hall of Famer head coach, Andy Reid. Give Jalen Hurts that team. Mind you now, I'm not going to take nothing away from Patrick Mahomes. Give Patrick Mahomes the Eagles, they're going to the Super Bowl. But people have proven Alex Smith went to the playoffs with Kansas City. Nobody's giving Alex Smith the Hall of Fame chant. Nobody's saying Alex Smith should be in the Hall of Fame. He went to the playoffs with Kansas City. He came back from a broken leg. He went to the playoffs with Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes is great, but not MVP. Jalen Hurts is the MVP of the 2022-2023 NFL season. Why? Because that game you seen yesterday. If Jalen Hurts in that game, they do not lose. If Jalen Hurts in the Cowboys game, they do not lose. The MVP is the most valuable player. Jalen Hurts is showing you why he's the most valuable player for his team. He has shows you why he's the most valuable player for his team. They lost twice without him. They have lost twice without him with games that everybody in the world know they would have not lost if he was there. have lost them games if he was there. That's what the MVP is. I'm sure Kansas City backup can go get you 2 of them. I'm sure Kansas City backup can go get you 2 of them. Watkins got a Hall of Fame coach over there. He got an All-Pro tight end over there. That's gonna get it done. They're gonna get it done. Jalen Hurts coaches in his 2nd year. Jalen Hurts is in his 2nd or 3rd year. I think 3rd. Because he went to the playoffs in the 2nd. So I think he's in the 3rd. That's the most valuable player of this year. Now, mind you, Jalen Hurts got hurt, so I'm sure they're going to give it to Patrick Mahomes. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. I don't like, because I'm a Chargers fan. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a Chargers fan. When people don't talk about the Chargers, I'm going to get to them. But whoop-de-doo. But Jalen Hurts is the most valuable player of this league this year. People don't want to talk about it because they got Patrick Mahomes up there doing Power Ranger stuff. He doing Power Ranger stuff. I ain't gonna cap. The man's good. The man's great. The man's great. Everybody know it. Everybody know it. That's why I ain't mad at that he gonna get the MVP. But I'm just telling y'all, the MVP is Jalen Hurts. That's the MVP of this year, Jalen Hurts. Two games, 2 L's. He missed 2 games, they got 2 L's. That game yesterday should have clinched the first place division. That game yesterday should have clinched the first place division for the Eagles. They should already be at home saying, we don't gotta play first round. We gotta buy. Yeah, Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew good, but he a backup. He a backup. He a career one. He's a career backup. But I can't say congratulations to Patrick Mahomes because he gonna win. He gonna win it. People don't talk about it enough, but he gonna win it. Patrick Mahomes gonna win the MVP. Aaron Rodgers gonna get in the playoffs. Tom Brady gonna win the first round playoff game. Mark my words. Mark my words. Call me crazy, mark my